All right, I'm at the fringes of the World Padel League, Radio 1, our official radio partners. Really, you should head here. It's a family atmosphere. Who would imagine that viewing competitive sport would be comfortable in an air conditioned environment? You normally sweat it out in the grime and dust watching some cricket and football. But this is hall number 5, Nesco in Goregaon, a warehouse which has been converted into a gorgeous air conditioned facility. The seats are plush. You can walk in here, get your kids here because the first match starts at 3:30 in the afternoon. The second one is at 7. So post finishing school, you can bring them here. Tickets are live at District by Zomato. Come and enjoy some great paddle. It's a glass back court, and more power to Mahesh Bhupathi and his team for bringing this to India in its second season. Mahesh joins me both in video as well as audio form. How are you? Thanks for doing this.
Thank you for that incredible intro, Hrishi. That's exactly what it is. Professional sport in an AC setting. I'm not used to that, but it's great to see some world-class paddle players come to India for the first time.
Yeah, and it's a lot of fun, as you can make out from the background music. In between changeovers, matches, there's lovely music, there's food and beverages, and most importantly, Mahesh, well done, there is parking, which is, you can get anything in Mumbai City, but you can't get parking. Driving through gate number 1, there's a parking facility, and all you have to do is amble into hall number 5 at Nesco. They're on till Saturday night. So, a few more days for you to go and catch this. Let's set the precedent for this and talk about the Abu Dhabi first season. What set off that brainwave in your head saying, I must get this to India?
So paddle is super popular in the Middle East. Dubai, we did the first season in Dubai, was a good success. But both pickleball and paddle have been growing exponentially in India. We have, I think, 3 pickleball leagues in the country now. And there was no one talking about paddle. So we thought it's at ground zero. Good time to get in such a massive growth economy we have in India. So we thought the time was right to move it here. And we brought it here to stay long term. We're actually considering doing the second season in August itself. It's just a better time for the players. And then keep it as an August annual event. So yeah, we're happy to be here. We knew, it'll take time to educate sports fans here about paddle, but what better way to do that than bring the best in the world?
Absolutely. And were they excited about coming to India? I mean, somebody like a Sofia Araujo, Marta Ortega, these are all top 10 ranked players in the international paddle world.
Yeah, I think, professional athletes, they understand the growth opportunity in both China and India, right? And, for them, for a sport, for a new market like India to kind of embrace them is a big deal long term, I think. And that's why I think so many of them signed up, and I think so many more want to come next time.
Claudia Fernandez is world number 3, and she's here. How's she feeling? Have you had a chat with her?
I haven't. Most of them are very fluent in Spanish. I've had a couple of chats with the coaches, and they're Indian hospitality. I think they're bowled over by it. Let's see in 3 days. Obviously, as you can see in the matches, it's pretty intense out there. Most of the sets are going to 7-6.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be a fun weekend.
And is this the same format you had the last time around also? 2 matches per day,
Yeah.
4 sets each?
Yes, we had the same. We're going to add a couple of things to the next edition. I think we're going to add an Indian player component to each team, which will again grow the sport. We've partnered with the Indian Paddle Federation, and we're planning to do a lot through the year with them. And we're also going to add 2 more teams. So there's been a lot of interest after we announced it. So we're going to do the next edition with 6 franchises.
That's wonderful. As of now, the format for all of you who are listening, it's 2 sets of men's doubles, 1 set of women's doubles, and 1 set of mixed doubles. Let's talk a little bit about your owners. Sohail Khan is a well-known Bollywood personality. He owns the Panthers. You also have the SG Pipers coming in. A little bit about Vernost and Game Changers, your current set of team owners.
So the Game Changers is they're HNI group out of the Middle East who also own the tennis franchise in the World Tennis League. They also believe in just, the sports story, and they're creating value there. So Sohail Khan, as you know, he also owns a couple of other teams, especially in celebrity cricket. He was here today. SG Pipers, the APL Apollo Group, they own, I think, 6 or 7 franchises across chess, hockey, table tennis, and tennis in India. So I think, like I said, I mean, there's the sports story, especially with, our Prime Minister talking about the Olympics in 2036. Everyone's super bullish about it. And there are a lot of individuals and entities that are willing to back sports and sports properties. So it's a good time.
It is. And I'm so glad that you got your finger in more than one pie, Mahesh. Let me explain. Back in the day, Mahesh knew all the Backstreet Boys lyrics when we were younger. And of course, loved his Bollywood, continues to, and I suspect that has only improved with Lara B in his life, the mouthing of Bollywood songs. But great on you that you brought back the great Bryan Adams. Lesser known fact, SG Live, Mahesh brought Bryan Adams back for that amazing tour. I know we could go on about that, but just a little bit. We want to take the focus away from the paddle. But not a seat empty in the house in any of those concerts.
Yeah.
From my parents were in Bangalore for the gig. I was here. We had friends in Shillong and in Delhi. I believe it just was off the roof everywhere.
Yeah, I think it shocked everyone in a positive way. I think, I started off by booking him for the World Tennis League, where we have entertainment after the tennis. Then I said, maybe a couple of shows in India. Then it started escalating very quickly to a tour, and I got a little panicked. So then, I brought in Deepak and Eva Live, who do this, day in, day out. So yeah, I mean, Bryan was a super hit, and we were very happy with it.
That's wonderful. Talk about paddle as a sport. Obviously, with the World Padel League coming to India, there's a lot of interest. Are you seeing interest from sponsors? I'm so glad the federation is on.
Yeah.
They're partnering with you now. So talk to me about that.
I know the baggage to that question. Yeah. So I mean, the Padel Federation, like I said, the sport is at ground zero. There's so much growth opportunity. We've only have like 135 paddle courts in the country. They're estimated to be at about 450 in the next 12 months. So it's growing very quickly. And they're very thankful and supportive of what we're doing. And like I said, we want to do multiple things with them at the grassroots level as well. But yeah, I mean, we're very bullish about paddle.
Okay, now educate us and let's have some fun before we say bye. What is a bandeja?
Yeah, I still haven't figured that out, by the way. I know it's a paddle term, but I think it's when it hits multiple corners on the court. I mean, I've played squash, I've played a little paddle 3-4 times. As someone who's played tennis at a decent level, it's still not easy to play off the glass, to be honest.
Of course. It's a squash thing. A bandeja is a defensive overhead shot. Often it is a slice to keep opponents in the back of the court. This one, of course, very easy, the gancho. Do you know that?
No, I don't.
Good way to educate listeners.
Yeah.
It translates to Spanish for hook, a defensive overhead shot used to regain the net position. So bits of paddle, and we'll keep giving you that through the course of the next few days when we're chatting here.
We never had defensive overhead shots in tennis. It was always finish the point.
Well, also, what I love is the team format. I mean, you could have easily gotten the best players in the world, doubles pairs, whatever, and just done individual sport. And you being a team player yourself, to keep it with teams, must be right up your alley.
Yeah, I think in individual sport, you don't get to play team championships a lot, and that makes it more exciting for the players. And once they get into it, as we saw, the intensity, playing for your team makes a difference. And I think that's part of the fun aspect of making individual sports into franchises, right? And I think that'll only grow.
Super stuff. Mahesh, thanks very much for chatting with us.
Thanks.
And more power to you, and keep bringing sport like this to your motherland.
Yeah. Cheers. Thanks for all the help. Thank you.
94.3 Radio 1.